like I say, I got a lot of stuff here working on this engine. Let's go out to the other room.
Okay.
Okay, this is what we call engine room 2. This is the alcove that drives two 400, drives two 1,000 kW DC generators. That's an alcove is 16 cylinders, 2,685 horsepower.
Right.
All that is in that little brochure
Okay.
for you. You said you wanted pictures of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have that. Make whatever you want to get.
Okay.
We'll have a load and we're not going up the hill.
Right.
If we're coming down the hill and coming back, we can move it.
Okay.
Don't have a problem.
And these are these the identical engines that were?
These are original engines. They've never been out. They're still here. We have done changed out some pistons. We've changed some cylinder heads. We've changed out things like this. But the crankshaft, main structure is still right where it was the day they set it in here, some 35 years ago.
So is this based on an engine that would have been used for?
I understood that these actually came from a locomotive type setup because of the DC generator and the type stationary type operations it does. It was set up from a locomotive out.
Okay.
In mind.
It must be incredibly noisy in here when it's running. Is that right?
We're running about 100. If you stand right here, about 110 dB.
Okay.
During the summertime on the move, it gets to about 120 degrees in here.
Right. Is there any need to be in here while it's running?
Yes.
Yeah.
If this thing springs a leak, or we get a leak down through there, or an oil leak, or we break an injector line, or anything like that, we need to know right away so we can secure it. You don't want to be propelling up a hill and have something like that happen.
Sure.
And then you can't stop and repair it.
So how was this built on site or was?
Built right where it's sitting.
Okay.
This particular one in particular.
Right.
It's a CT1. Standard. In fact, these right here had just came out, and we actually take off the roof. Well, actually, we took these through the floor. But these are the main exciters that drive the DC propelled motors and the AC generator. They were in here for 35 years. They had never had anything done to them.
Right.
We had them taken out, had them rebuilt, and put back in this past year.
How's that right?
It's a 21 kW exciter generator in this generator. It was just kind of interesting, the fact you spend 8 hours to get 30 seconds,
Yes.
That's our backup exciter set there. Most everything we have here is redundant. This is the backup set. That set went actually through the ceiling.
It goes through the ceiling? Oh, it came in through the ceiling.
That's where we, normally, this engine has to come out, for instance, we go out that way.
Oh, is that right?
And these generators, again, this is another item we just had done in the last 12 months. And that's these DC propelled generators.
Yeah.
They had never been out of here since they were put in here 35 years ago. We'd have them taken out, sent to Jacksonville, had them inspected, steam cleaned, refurbished, rebaked, and brought back to us.
Okay. So they're just hatches up there, or?
No, they're actually bolted on panels.
Right.
So we had to unbolt. Each panel has got about 96 bolts in it, I think. We got to take off a number of panels. We had to take off 7 in order to get this one out. Then we had to take an additional 4 off to get this one out.
Okay.
That's the 750 kW AC generator. That supplies all the power, AC power, to run our lighting, to run our exciters, to run our gel pumps, to run the steering pumps, the supercharger.
The exciters are they? What were the exciters?
Exciters excite the generators which produce the power.
Right. Okay. Okay. So what is that process?
For instance,
that's up the generator. Go ahead.
All right. It starts off with, if the engineer starts to get power to go, It sends a signal to an amplidyne, which in turn sends a signal to the exciter. The exciter starts coming up, producing field currents here, which in turn, this is already running, which starts producing DC power.
Right.
And that is what goes out to the motors. All right, now we start turning. They'll start real slow, and they get faster and faster as the current applies, which in turn, like I said, is the loop that it takes to make it do that. This is part of the fire system that they got shut down right now.
Right.
If it had been on when you made that flash, chances are it would set it off with a big dump of power.
What's that? Right. Also, be
Using the motors are fine. We can change the fans out, double the exhaust, double the airflow, and much quieter. They're
Okay.
running about 90 dB level, just the fans running themselves. You heard that when you came in on the other end.
Yeah.
This, by changing that out, that'll help reduce the total overflow noise in here.
Sure.
But those are some of the filters that came out of there. We're replacing them, getting rid of them.
And this unit here? Is that
This
a
right
heater?
there, that's the dehumidifier.
Okay.
They had, during the time they were up here, we had some leaks. We turned it on to help try to keep as much moisture out of here as we could. Normally ventilation is all it takes to keep it down.
Right.
You were talking about the leveling system, so let's go back to the other end on that. Basically, this is what we call a manometer system. And in these lines here, it is full of water, alcohol solution, a glycol solution. On each corner of the crawler, there's a beaker of this fluid. And that beaker, it changes level. It sends a signal in here, which in turn sends a signal in there to the computers, which in turn comes back to these pumps over there. Whichever one they got operation, will automatically level the system up.
Right.
They call it a manometer system. It used to be filled full of mercury. About 6 years ago, they took all the mercury out, went into a water glycol solution, and found out it worked just as well. This is a supercharger skid, which is part of the steering sector. The big dual section over there is the steering skid, which has a main and a redundant pumps on it. Far side over there, you can go around if you like. Those there are our main and redundant gel system, which does all the leveling and jacking based on what the computers tell them in there. This is, like I said, the steering, the exterior jack and leveling system. And in here is constantly somebody walking around about every 10 minutes looking for leaks, making sure everything is running, making sure there's no excessive noise, no excessive vibration. So there's somebody in here all the time.
So how does the steering mechanism work? It work like any other steering mechanism where it just, like how do you steer it? Is there a steering wheel?
I'll show you that.
Okay.
This is the pump. Again, this operates hydraulics.
Hi.
Hello. This unit right here is the jack and console, jack and leveling. This is where the engineer that handles the watching the gel system operate. That's the button he uses to jack it up and jack it down with when we're going under an MOP in the VAB, for instance.
Sure.
We pull under there, we jack it up, and then we lift that up until we clear 18 inches before moving any further.
You had that screen turned on?
That might be
Yeah,
good
please,
for him,
yeah.
if you would, please.
Oh, that was complicated.
Yeah, we just now gone to this on this crawler. This one here has yet to make a loaded move.
Right. So it's a Windows-based
Yeah.
operating system.
They just like
So
I said, we're just now getting into it. And as it's gone, we got a manometer system that's on the other crawler, and can't get parts for it anymore, and they're non-repairable anymore. So what we have to do now is go back and upgrade. We're upgrading to this system, but yet this is still years away, years behind current technology.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. So what was the old system? The old
Called the Metra system. Yeah. This is part of our laser alignment system when we go in the VAB, or we go in at the pads with an orbiter on board, or empty MLP into the VAB.
Mm-hmm.
They get it set up based on the MLP and based on the crawler we're using. They'll set the numbers based on the high bay also. All three of them, every one is different.
Yeah.
So they'll set the counts in here. On the bottom of the MLP, there's actually some laser receivers. And we'll set a transmitter up in the bay. As we start in, they'll pick up that signal and they'll bring it around, and you'll see in the cab when we get there, there's a red line, and they'll line the lines up. And once they get lined up and we come in and come to a stop, we're normally in 1/8 of an inch or less, being perfectly square in the building. Once we set it down on the mounts, we're normally around 1/4 of an inch square.
Wow. And was there a laser system used before?
Well, for a long time, the laser was put on what, in the early 90s?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Somewhere along there. Prior to that, it was all done by eye.
Is that right?
Today, we still use the same method coming in over the refurb site. We stretch a piano wire across the tops of the mounts. And their mounts are supposedly, quote unquote, supposedly level. And they are straight up, perpendicular, straight up and down. As we come across those mounts, we got magnets we put on the pins of the MLP,
yeah,
and they will watch it as it goes down that wire, and they'll tell the cabs, give me an 1/8 degree left or right, or actually north, south, east, or west, depends on where we're at. And they'll give them that degree, and when it gets back online, they'll straighten it back out. And they'll follow that wire. And we come into under 1/2 an inch, square that way.
Wow.
But we have a plus or minus on laser, we have a plus or minus 1 inch, and on eyes, we have a plus or minus 2 inches.
Okay.
So right now we're in the process of trying to quiet this place down a lot more, doing a lot of sound attenuations here. He's certified in all the aspects of the crawler operations. And right now I think we have 3 people that are qualified on KSC to sit in that position. So we're trying to get some more people qualified in there. Now originally, this is about what the crawler looked like. All that instrument panel.
Yeah.
At home, I've got a picture of it, and it's the entire wall, whole setup, all analog meters.
Oh, okay.
And everything you've done was analog meters.
So is the other one identical to this in this configuration?
No, it's pretty much, if you walked in, first thing you'll see is the Metras versus the touch screens.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you'll see. The second thing you will notice is, well, basically that's about the only thing you will notice.
So the other one's all Metras? Is it? Oh, okay. Right.
It just doesn't have the upgraded screens in it yet. That's the next one we'll do, probably sometime after Christmas.
Right. Obviously.
We may get some bells and whistles. You have to go by first.
Yeah, okay.
You don't get in. I know a little bit about this place, but not too awful much. These here are basically, if I remember correctly, is basically like your gear shift. This is a forward. They will give which cab they want to have control.
Right.
Well, basically, this is the steering section. One of them is the what they call great circle. Then you got independent, and then you got crab. That's the different modes that the crawler can actually move in.
Okay.
Normally, if going out the crawlerway, we're in grade circle. We go up on the up on the refurb site, pad A or B, or the VAB. Then we go in independent mode to where, like I was telling you earlier, these are the lasers, these are the lines, they line up. So each cab can do its own alignment for that end of the crawler. This is your steering wheel. As you can see, it's in degrees. It's broken down over here into even smaller increments, 1/4 degree increments, that they actually move into. Here's our speedometer. And as you can see, it's got shows a max speed of 2, but we run the thing at about 9/10 of a mile per hour.
Okay.
That's max speed. It will take it with a bird on it or any other time. It shakes so bad up above that.
That's right.
So we just keep it at that. This is your actual steering angle. This is your desired. If I tell you to give me a 1/8 a degree, you'll put in 1/8 a degree. And as it comes around, you'll watch it here to go to that.
Yep.
Again, I'm not too sure what this one is. This tells them the height. For instance, we get to the base of the pad. Going up the pad, we'll go what they call a ramp mode. Ramp mode, the crawler automatically goes into the 3-foot level, all the way around on level ground. As we start up the pad, it's sloped like this. Well, the MLP will stay level as we go up.
Okay. And
level off as we go in.
So this is there's the brake pedal down there, is it?
No, that's actually the service brake. This is emergency stop. I think this breaks out the shuts off the exciter, which shuts off the DC power, and it brings it pretty much to a screeching halt. This right here is the actual command voltage that's being applied in the forward or reverse depending on the direction of travel. This is your gas pedal.
Oh, okay.
And this tells them that the exciter's on. If the exciter's on, they start applying current, they will get motion.
Sure.
And you'll see with the disc. It's a little hard to see, but you can imagine, stand right here and look down, and you can see what the engineers see when they start the DC propel.
Oh, okay.
They look at those discs and watch them start turning.
And do they form part of the brake mechanism?
It is the brake mechanism down there on it. Also, the DC propel generators act as brake coming down the hill.
Okay.
If there's a load on board.
Okay, that's good. Just take a couple of shots. It's warm in here, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, we keep the AC just enough to keep it dehumidified.
Yeah.
But not enough to.
So these controls, apart from the laser docking system, would be original?
Pretty much original, yeah. To the best of my knowledge, they're still original.
I'm putting together information about the use and adaptation of Apollo era equipment to.
Well, there's a little bit of blurb in there about that on that write-up.
Okay, that's
tells
good.
you about how they had originally been planned strictly as a for Apollo only.
Right.
There it goes into the different methods.
So you broke a cleat the other day.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
It's on the ground. You can see it in a minute.
Does that happen often?
No, it's the second one I'm aware of. They used to have some in the back, but it's only the second one I know of that's in there. These are 4 of the jacking cylinders. There's 4 per coner. Each one has a grand total of 6 foot lifting capability. If they were all the way down to the max height is 6 feet.
Okay.
These are original also. Now we got one just had built, cost $950,000 to have it built. And we've got it sitting over there, and we're going to be changing out one of these probably during the winter season.
Oh, right. Is that because these are starting to wear or something?
Well, I've got some that's leaking pretty good. You asked about steering earlier.
Yep.
All right, that's one of the steering cylinders. There's 4 per coner. And it takes brute force to turn it. That's the reason we have rock.
Right.
We can slide on rock.
Okay,
We
yes.
can't slide on asphalt.
Sure, you just tear the thing up.
No,
yeah.
we just roll the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That mountain system.
Yeah, it's certainly solid, alright. So the original contract was probably in your flyer, but it was actually built by a steam shovel company.
Yeah. Marion shovel company. Marion. I can't think of the very proper. This is one radiator here for an Alco. For one of the Alcos.
Okay.
Alco unit. It's one of 5,000. We've got 2 tanks, each one holding 2,500 gallons each.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us about 3 trips to the pad. We get about 62 feet to the gallon.
Right.
Broke the well loose.
Oh,
Size
okay.
turned. That pin is means that the pin is turned in it, and that means it's we got to keep a close eye on it.
Right. And that's like the bellows down there,
Well,
which
no,
covers
that's
the...
actually the guide tube. It's the cover for the guide tube. That's what keeps
Okay.
us. That's the center point. One of these days, I'm gonna actually get out here and actually do it. This gentleman by. Nice camera.
Thank you. Tell them about it.
If you look right here, you see that corner over there? You see those 4 pieces sticking up?
Yeah.
That's one of the points that we actually make contact with the MLP.
Okay.
That's directly under that is the guide tube.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's the stiffest point, and which you're surrounded by 4 jacking cylinders. You have another one right here. And if we got the orbiter on board and everything, then we're picking up close to 12 million pounds. Not including the weight of the trawler.
So these pistons here lock into
Actually, it's a square piece on the bottom of the MLP that's about the same thickness as that piece is.
right.
And that's what we nail onto. And that's just to stop it from moving while we're going out the crawler. It needs to be to get it down.
This is one of the guide points. Okay.
Yep.
So it's accurately aligned with the...
Yeah, with the other side over there.
Right.
That's basically up here about the total aspect of it. Any other questions or anything you want to see?
The mufflers underneath.
Yeah, we're going up to there.
Okay.
While we were up here. When you're walking on this decking right here, like this stuff here we're standing on, that's original to the crawler.
Right.
There's no telling how many thousands of people have walked on that very piece, astronauts and everything else.
Yeah.
One thing about this thing, the crew that works on it, right now we started, when I first came here, I had a crew of about 18. That included everybody. And I was having to borrow people in order to move this thing with a live loaded, live move. Today I've got a crew of 36. I can move 2 crawlers at one time. Plus I've got 10 engineers it takes to operate it.
Wow.
So we're training people to where we could move to it one time. And we finally got up enough darn people that can keep up with the maintenance and try to keep track of it. Now the crew that's here, the gentleman going up the stairs over here, he's been here for 30 years. He's one of our heavy equipment mechanics.
Right.
He was here when they were being built. Larry Tempest, our lead heavy equipment mechanic, he's been here over 30 years.
Okay.
He remembers them being built. I got another one that's got 33 years here. He's on vacation right now. So these guys are going to be retiring over the next 2 or 3 years. And the crew I hired 24 people. And the crew I hired are going to have
The
to
next
take it up.
generation.
The next generation.
Yeah.
They got to carry this thing on. I was asked by NASA several times, can you keep these things running for the next 20 years? If you will give me the money, I will keep them running.
Sure. Sure.
So they just had a big crew down from Washington looking them over, and won't know what we need to do. Really, we need to get all these damn gel pumps out. They need to go out and be rebuilt. They've never been done. Like any electric motor that sits around any period of time, insulation starts cracking on it. And I'm sure inside those motors, that insulation's coming loose. It's just a matter of time that we will have an event. We don't need it. And we ran for 35 years without any type of cooling system for that tank of oil.
Oh, is that right?
All of a sudden one day, somebody made a brainy decision that we were actually running the oil at its peak temperature. So they put this cooler on. 35 years later. This is an alcove muffler here. This one here, you don't run down a minus.
No.
This is the same thing. I made a comment on one of the TLC I told you about. I walked around here. I said, you don't buy one of these things at minus for $29.95 to have it installed.
They are custom built.
There's the other two more of the steering cylinders down here.
Oh, okay. So you got the inner one and the front ones.
Right. And it's like I said, it's brute force. Now they had a deal one time where I believe it was one of these cylinders right on this end here on that truck was the sensor lost its sensor, which you see these are right here.
Oh yeah.
And when it was supposed to stop, it didn't. So it just went, it doubled.
Oh, is that right?
Hit the hell out of it.
Something for you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That was the 40th anniversary of spaceflight.
Oh,
It's a
good.
nice compilation of all the pictures and
Yeah, all right,
stuff
good.
that went on in there. See some of the stuff you're involved in.
Yeah, good. Thank you, sir.
Oh, and I read your thing. It was very good.
See any changes or anything I need
No,
to do?
not it. No, I just run it by the writers. And
Okay.
see what they have. That was good. Yeah, very informative. A
A
lot more. It has a lot more.
Doubt of it. And we got to take the old one, send it off, or over to our LES shop and have one made.
Okay.
Because there are no more drawings on it. Nobody has them.
Oh, is that right?
The drawings we have is not technical enough to go in and put the bolt holes exactly where they dollars for it. Now they want 15,000 if we'll send this muffler to them so they can duplicate it.
Is that right?
Hey, go to Midas. Lifetime guarantee.
Yeah, that's what I told them. You can't get that out of this one here. Midas won't sell it to us for $29.95. We get small people is that's where they go in and check the valves on the engine. We send them out through there.
But that would even be a thing, if you pay the 15,000, if they were guaranteed to replace it, because that would be a good.
Well, you got to make most of these.
Advertising alone would be worth millions for them.
Well, see, that's the thing is that a lot of things people they do for us, they will bring in crews and make pictures and everything else. Well, fine, you can do that, but you cannot use the NASA name or the NASA logo and that you did this for NASA.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Oh, is that right?
Pounds. We had 150 of them I had to get rid of because of faulty steel, and the average weight was 2,400 pounds, and they are hollow.
Oh, they're hollow?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
you actually can see through them.
You had to get rid of them.
Yeah, the metal was interior was cracking on us,
Oh, okay.
breaking up, so we got rid of them. Sent them out. They cut them up and scrap steel.
And they'd been used.
You look right through there, you can see all the way through. You get right.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. I didn't realize that.
And each one weighs an average weight of about 2,400 pounds. Each pin that holds them together weighs 90 pounds.
First, did you have to be somewhere at 10 or just leave it 10?
And that was that shooter up as the weight change load on it.
Link it together.
And finally, on the bottom side, there's a line clear across it. We all love the idea of how the newspaper media reported it. And NASA engineers made the decision to roll it back down the hill. Well, unfortunately, we didn't even have a NASA engineer. Well, we had one on board, but it was not his decision.
Yeah.
The decision was made by Mr. Peck, our GBCT.
An engineer sounds better than a lead or a supervisor.
No.
Surprise.
Army, Air Force. What is this Triton in that Air Force?
Titans Air Force and then the Trident subs, and we get credit for everything.
This little wheel vehicle you see sitting there,